Hey guys, thanks for checking out my YouTube channel. My name is Mathis and today I'm doing my April wrap-up. So the first book, guys, that I read this month was The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. Now this book came out in 2014 and this is Paula Hawkins' first psychological thriller. Now I'll give you guys a brief synopsis of the story. The story is about a young woman by the name of Rachel. As she commutes on the train every single day, she likes to fantasize about this couple that lives in this house, and she likes to fantasize about these couple having the perfect life. Rachel, her life is not really all that charming. Her life is crappy. She's is getting over a nasty divorce. So guys, I'm gonna give you the reason why I was not in love with this novel. Now, I feel like the author had dumped all the information at the end of the novel. She didn't drop any clues that who was the killer at all in the story. It's like at the end it was just like a surprise, and so I did not like that. I just feel like she did not do enough backstory on the antagonist. So this novel was lacking character development. So guys, I gave this book a 2.5. It was just an okay read. So guys, the next book that I read was Song of Solomon by Toni Morrison. I recently did a review of this book and I will link that down below. How can I say I really love this book, but it is a good book, but I have issues with it, people. I just have issues with it. There were a lot of unresolved issues that went on in this book, and I do understand that everything doesn't have to come to a resolution. I do understand that, people, and I think that's why this book is so charming, because some things doesn't all come together like a nice little gift. That was the whole point Toni Morrison was trying to make in this novel, and I understand that, but I just can't say I enjoyed it because I like things to come to a resolution. I'm not going to go into great detail about this novel, but I would like to say that I noticed that there were a lot of father issues in this novel. For example, Milkman, the main character, he had an issue with his father, and his mother, Ruth, had an issue with her father, and Paulette, the auntie, had an issue with her father because she couldn't get over the death of her father. And so that's the reason why it's called Song of Solomon, because you know, that is Milkman's grandfather. But anyways, I gave this book 3 stars. I did like the writing in this novel. So guys, the next book that I read was The Sleeping Dictionary by Sujata Massey. As I was reading this book, it reminded me of Memoirs of a Geisha. I absolutely adore that book. This book was very interesting. I highly enjoyed it. I gave this book 4 stars. So yeah. So guys, the next book that I read was Boys Without Names by Kashmira Sheath. This book came out in 2010 and this is her first novel. So guys, this book is basically about a 12-year-old boy by the name of Gumpa. His family no longer can afford to live on this land, and so they are forced to move to Mumbai. Once they are there, Gumpa wants to support his family, you know, to help out somehow. He ends up running into this young man who promised him a job, and once he goes to work at this job, it's not what it turns out to be. He ends up being caught in slave labor making picture frames. Now guys, I thought this book was very fascinating. I never read a book about slave labor in India, and so this book was an eye-opener, and it was just a really touching story, guys. I'm surprised this is actually a middle grade read because it was kind of graphic in some sense, because abuse is one of the themes in this novel. Yeah, it was just good, guys. A really good read. I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads. Good. So guys, the next book that I read this month is A Bollywood Affair by Sonali Dave. This book was published in 2014 and this is her first novel. So guys, the story is about a young woman by the name of Millie. She goes off to America to obtain an education before she moves in with her husband, who she married at 4. Now while she is there, she meets a family member from her husband's side. The guy that is there to visit her, he is delivering some disturbing news, and from there, the story starts to unfold. Now, this story is like a satire on the Indian culture, and so it's not really a serious read. It's not heavy at all. It's comical actually. And so I liked it. I really liked the story. I gave it 3 stars. A good read for the summer. Alright guys, that includes my April wrap up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later. Alright, bye.